Hello, everyone. I'm Matthew Thomas. This is Super Cool Radio, coming at you live on Facebook and YouTube. I got some great guests joining me at this time. They're an incredible metal band from the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Please welcome Reign of Z.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to have you guys back on, and joining me at this time from Reign of Z, we got Berg and Z.
No pun intended. This is all Matt and I did last time was giggle.
Yeah, or either that or complain about social media.
Right. We can do that too again.
What's social media?
Yeah, don't talk to this one about it. He doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know much either. It's not like, I don't know why this week I made my post for this week and like it's reached like a combined like 10 people. I don't know what's going on this week, but hey, that's social media.
You know what? It's 10 people that are caring about you, and I feel like that's a good place to be.
No, for sure. I mean, the people I know who do like and share this stuff, I know they're obviously fans of Super Cool Radio. I do appreciate that. But it's just the other part of social media that I just don't like. But hey, that's all right. Any support of Super Cool Radio is always cool with me.
Can I give a shout out to you? Like, can I give you praise? Because like, look at you this year, leveling up, talking to all these super like famous people. Like, woo, I just have to, I'm love patting you on the head virally. Is that weird? Okay.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
Yeah, I was trying not to, but unfortunately I'm awkward.
But I very much appreciated this year. I'm definitely really trying to expand the podcast. I have a backdrop now instead of just my basement. So
this is what we call leveling up and budget increase, kids. This is a good place to be in.
Yeah. It's called they increase the max on my credit cards now.
Exactly.
Hey, that's a tax write-off.
That's true. It is.
Yes.
Oh wait, should we all tell them what we were talking about? It's tea time.
Yes.
For everybody. Love that. Do you want to clink glasses? Cheers. I'm not gonna break your. Oh my God, he's so possessive of his X-Men mug.
Hey, these are expensive. Like quality mugs, super expensive nowadays.
Listen, about 5 years ago, I got drunk on Christmas Eve with my dad and ended up buying a bunch of these. So,
all right,
that's the only way to do shopping.
Welcome to our Reign of Z.
That's the only way to do shopping. I feel that is a way to do shopping, but then sometimes you don't remember what you purchased until it shows up.
No, but that's what makes it fun. Whenever you go home and you wrap everything, you're like, oh, I got that from Mom. Nope, I can't give that to her. It's
what the hell
weird.
Are you buying your mother?
It's only weird if you make it weird.
That just totally got weird.
You made it weird.
I'm gonna make it weird.
And like anyone joining this interview is just gonna be so lost. But Unwritten Spade did comment and say Berg and Zosha, two of my favorite people. Hello.
How are you, my dear? Thank you for joining us because we like it when people come on and interact with us, because I feel like all my comments are behind the scenes, and Matt, you and I talked about that. They're not exactly like PG-13.
No, but hey, that's I don't know. You got to spice up life, I guess.
Oh, my life is spicy.
Hi, have you met Zosha? She's a theater major.
I will start singing "Let It Go" from Frozen. I will. Oh, it's fine.
All right. Well. I guess I'll start off with my first question here. I guess I don't know. This is we're 4 minutes in, and this has definitely been a very interesting start. I did get my intro in, so I'm happy about that.
Love that.
So, obviously you guys got an upcoming tour, you got new music in the works. So before we do get to all of that, what is one album and one movie everyone should check out in their lifetime?
Honestly, for me, would be ISIS Mosquito Control EP.
Can you preface ISIS so people
ISIS the band?
So people don't think you're like promoting terrorism.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay, we just have to,
that's a good disclaimer.
Disclaimer,
ISIS
not
the band. Mosquito Control EP. And I think everybody should watch Scarface.
I finally did.
Yeah, she finally did.
actually finally watched Scarface. I never saw it. Please don't judge me.
I honestly I didn't see it until like last month. So I feel you.
Thank you. Me and Matt are going to start a support group so people don't come for us.
It's okay. I didn't realize I bought the Blu-ray of it until 2 weeks ago whenever she wanted to watch it, and it was in a pile.
Is it because were you drinking in your mug when you bought it?
Most likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, album has to be Evanescence Fallen. Shut up.
Shocker.
Be quiet. We're just gonna go with this. Let me just be stereotypical metal chick in a rock band, all right? That's my
Those words came out of
pumpkin
your mouth.
spice of albums. And then a movie that everybody should watch. I have to go with Anchorman because I love to laugh.
Yes. But
Like, why? Will Ferrell is funny. Like Sex Panther, that's everything. And Paul Rudd's in it.
that's true. Hey, if it works 60% of the time, it works all the time.
He gets it. I love it. So hopefully you approve of those, Matt.
I definitely do. If I know a line from it, I'm good. I've at least watched the movie. That Anchorman's hilarious. It's very good.
Yes, but how many conversations in your life do you run into where you end up just quoting lines from movies?
I do it all the time when I say I'm a glass cage of emotion. You hear that at least all the time when I'm screaming that in the living room.
I quote movie lines quite a bit. Do people know them? That is very hit and miss.
What about you?
Which one?
What about you? Your album and your movie.
Oh man, now I gotta answer this. I did not have anything prepared.
Okay, if you're not prepared, you don't have.
No, it's good. It's good. I don't mind. I would go album wise, I think it's a tie between Post Pop Depression and Killer. Post Pop Depression by Iggy Pop, Killer by Alice Cooper.
Okay, I love that.
Movie wise, I would say, let's see, quite a few just came to mind. I would say the 1960s Batman movie.
Good man.
So, yeah, I've my friends and I have started like movie night on Friday nights. So like we each have a rotation to bring movies, and I got so many that like I like to, because like they haven't seen like Pulp Fiction or like the 1960s Batman or like stuff like that. I'm like, how have you gone through your life and not seen these movies? And I was like, I gotta culture all of you now.
Do you tell them like, what is this? A center for ants?
No, I do not. I have to hang out with them for multiple hours on a day, so I try not to insult them.
That's fair. It's good. That's how you keep friends.
It is. That is it's a good way to keep friends and for them not to hate you. So that is always good.
Facts.
So yeah, but those are some of my movies. It's movies and albums. I feel like I picked multiple for both, but hey, that's all right. It's my show. I can break the rules. So I did want to talk about, so Z, when I had you on last July is when the last time I talked to you. So that was before the Down and Dead tour with Modern Mimes. How was that tour? How did that go?
Wow, how did that go? I mean, I think we had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
We had a lot of fun. Here's the thing, when I tour with other bands, speaking of making friends, I like to haze them and gently bully them. But it's all out of like love, right?
Yeah.
But we had a lot of fun. We got really close. Like, you know, Ernesto and I talk periodically. I know Berg and Audie talk periodically. So it's cool, like when you go on tour with people and you just vibe and everybody's just cool. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of fun, like a lot of good crowd reaction. I hope. And we made a lot of, you know, friends with a lot of like the local bands. The local bands were really, really cool. So that was awesome.
Oh, for sure. It looked like you guys had a really great time. Unfortunately, the South Bend date did not happen, unfortunately, but
I cried.
I know. I was definitely looking forward to. If I would have known I would have the Fort Wayne show looked like a lot of fun. If I would have known, I would have made it out to that one.
I was excited to meet you because you told me how tall you were, and I really wanted to get a picture because people always think that I'm tall, and then they meet me and they're like, "Oh, you're fun size." I'm like, so I was really hoping for our picture. No, is that not good? Can I not say that? I don't know. You giving me a look.
No, honestly, I'm preventing myself from getting bit by our bulldog who's throwing a tantrum right now.
Carry on.
All right, well, good to know. But real quick, Unwritten Spade did say Jackie Brown is another movie, which is an awesome movie. So I definitely agree with that. Also, he said he can't wait for the Baltimore show. This time he'll definitely learn his lesson. And he's coming solo. I don't know. There's probably some backstory to that I'm not aware of.
That.
Okay.
Backstory to that, and I will leave him to tell that if he wants to in the chat.
Yes, we will. We might find out. We might not. That is all right. But yeah, you guys look like you had a lot of fun. Obviously, I've interviewed both, obviously you and Modern Mimes, and they were really fun, very interesting bands. I know, I think Ernesto does like ghost hunting in his spare time, which is really cool. Something I wish I would do, but I also feel like I'm gonna get like hexed by a ghost. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that.
You have to like decide, like, do I want to become possessed today, or am I just gonna chill at my house?
Listen, I was hanging out upstage at a venue in Louisiana.
Oh, didn't he have his ghost hunting?
Yes. But
Okay.
I fall asleep in like this pew that they had upstairs, and there's this painting hanging on the wall, and I'm like, it feels like his painting's watching me. I fell asleep because I was tired, and I go downstairs, and Ernesto comes up. He's like, "Hey man, I was up there with my ghost hunting stuff, and it said evil on it." And I'm like, "Oh, son of a bitch."
Why did you make Ernesto sound like a wrestler?
I don't know.
I like how it just what does it go from benign to evil? Is that,
Yeah.
is that the...
Well, it was funny too because the owner was kind enough to let us stay at the bed and breakfast, and it's allegedly haunted. Well, this one does not do anything haunted or freaky, so he starts having a panic attack, and I'm over here like, yeah, let's go, let's, and I'm like jumping on the bed. I'm like, this is gonna be fun. This one's over here, I'm not sleeping here. I'm not sleeping here. I'm like, yes, you are. There's a bed. Be quiet. Go to bed.
I live in a house, so
I'm all about it. Let's possess me. Let's do some weird shit.
oh, here we go.
But that experience would probably make some very good song lyrics too.
Right? God, Berg, quit stifling my creativity.
Oh, honey, you pull from your personal trauma. We'll be all right.
Yeah, I think you have to be in the mood to feel like possibly getting possessed. Like some days, like I can wake up and go, nothing's going right. If I got possessed, it would probably just brighten my day a little bit.
Maybe you just have to like light some candles and like get it in the mood and be like, you know what, today I feel like it's a good day for like possession.
And you really got to feel it though. You can't like go into something not feeling like getting possessed. So
Right. Remember that, kids. You have to be in the mood to get possessed. Okay. Disclaimer.
That's good PSA for everyone watching. Is you got to feel like being possessed. So that's good. I'm glad we got that established. All right. So
I think we make Matt laugh the most.
you definitely have, just because well, obviously anything that sounds ridiculous, I'm always in for. So yeah, this is probably the most I've laughed, and we've only been on the air for about 14 minutes. So I'm definitely having a good time.
We're here to give you a good time, sir. That sounded bad, didn't it? That sounded bad. I'm so sorry. Cancel me.
It's only weird if you make it weird.
I know. I keep making it weird. I can't help it.
$20.
He's right.
It's true.
We have a story about a $20 bill on tour if you want to hear that, but we if you have questions, we can get to that.
No. I don't really have any agenda because it kind of got thrown out in probably the first 2 minutes. So before we get to that story, Unwritten Spade said he's gonna bring Berg a Ouija board at the show.
I'm all about it. Let's play.
All right, so the tour story. I got time if you guys do, so let's hear it.
Yes. So this was when we were on tour with Modern Mimes, just for the record. So you're always welcome to cross-reference this. Berg, tell him the story of the $20 bill. Exciting.
So, you know, everybody that follows her online knows that she does pole instruction.
Do you
and
pole instruction?
whatever pole
What am I?
pole
Construction
exercise.
worker?
Yes,
We see,
Pole instruction, kids.
yes, you work on little people homes.
at least you didn't say like pole vaulting.
Yeah,
It's fair.
yeah, but she could do that with a toothpick. You know, so in the middle of a set, you know, one venue we're at has a support pole in it.
I would just
And
like to
this one-
preface this one was giving me dirty looks and told me to
I-
not go on the pole,
I knew
which is
where-
going to make me go on the pole.
I did not say it. I just gave you the look, and you read my mind. I was like, here we go. So this one spins around it, and after we're done, this older gentleman at the show comes up and hands her a $20 bill and goes, "Thanks, sweetheart. You made my night."
You damn right I use that for gas money, kids. I didn't even have to take my clothes off. Not that I would. I'm respectable. So that was our 20. We made gas money. I thought everybody would be proud of me, but apparently not.
As long as the roof didn't come down.
I thought you'd appreciate that. Poor Matt.
I don't know how to transition out of that or add anything to that.
It's okay. You don't have
With-
to.
Without you know, keeping this interview clean. So
Now insert transition.
yeah. Yeah, I wish I had like a sound effect or transition like title scene for that, but that's all right. I did want to ask, since you guys obviously you get the Down and Dead tour with Modern Minds, so like what is like what's like the most like unique venue you guys have performed at?
Oh, unique.
I mean, the whiskey.
Yeah, I was gonna say the whiskey. Because it just has so much history, and like Berg and I have different feelings about it, but for me, like being in that space, it was so incredibly like overwhelming. It almost felt to me like the scene from Wayne's World where they're like, "We're not worthy." Like that's how I felt going on that stage. Because if you're backstage, you see like autographs from like Chester Bennington and Motley Crue, and Charles Manson used to party there, Johnny Depp, like, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm about to go on this stage and like do things with my life. So that was like really overwhelming. But you can tell them how you feel.
No, honestly, with that, like you can just feel the energy in that place. I'm a big energy person, you know, and you can just feel like walking down the steps going to take the stage, like it's just like a wave takes you over, and you're like, all right, let's go do this, you know. And also, what was it? Another great place we played was like the PNC Pavilion at Warped Tour.
Talk about wanting to throw up before your set.
They literally were like, "Oh, we upgraded your stage today from a trailer stage to
the main stage,
the big like pavilion stage," and we're like, "Okay." Our guitar player at the time looked at me as we were loading. He goes, "I quit."
He's like, "I quit." I'm like, "No, you can't. You
I'm
have
like,
to go.
no,
You have to go."
Time for you to go play. But yeah, and that was a really cool experience.
Yeah, I was backstage. I had like a makeup artist and people doing my hair. Like I'm used to getting ready like in a van with like a spotlight, like trying to figure out if my stocking's on my leg or on my arm. So like there's nothing classy about any of that. So to have like a backstage and somebody doing my makeup, I'm like, this is what Katy Perry feels like.
Oh, it must be nice.
You could have got your makeup done.
Oh, I got my hair done. It's so
Look
easy.
That's not easy. He was blow drying that for you. Like that's a big deal.
I feel very
Blow
special.
dry. Look at it.
If not, it's like I look like
He looks like a mountain man from Yellowstone.
I'm one flannel away and an axe away from being a lumberjack. All right.
He's not wrong.
I was going to ask if you had any flannel to go with the beard, but you do.
Of course I do.
Of course I do.
Nice. Well, do you have the axe to go with the flannel and the beard?
What do you think?
Maybe.
Oh, I got an axe. I got a chain. I got weapons around this house. Don't worry about
Could you maybe not say that? You know, I'm getting yelled at, and you're talking about having weapons in the house. Good Lord, the FBI after us.
But it's good to know. You got an axe and a chainsaw and quite a bit of stuff. I just have this coffee mug.
That's all I have right now, too, Matt. So I feel like we're 2 for 2.
I have gone axe throwing before, and it is a lot of fun. I started getting good at it, which was maybe, I don't know if that's a good thing to brag about or not. I'm not sure.
You know what? Keep the fear in people. Like a little fear is healthy. Like Berg and I went axe throwing a couple weeks ago. Berg's really good at it. I suck. So, did you just say yeah? You're not supposed to say yeah.
I didn't say yeah.
You're supposed to be supportive. Be like, she tried.
Except for the time that the
Does that? I don't know. That sounds less convincing than just yeah.
You know, work with me here, buddy. But like,
I almost lost some toes there.
But I tried, Matt. I've been trying, but it's hard. It's heavy. It's a lot going on. You tall, statuesque guys are like, me, man, throw axe. I'm over here like, okay, I'm falling.
They are quite heavy. I know for some of the other people in the group I was with, like they gave them like lighter axes. They're like, you know, a couple pounds lighter, and they did a lot better with that. So it's not easy, especially get a full axe. I mean, it is pretty heavy.
It is heavy. But kudos to you though. That's awesome that you're getting good at it.
Yeah, see? Now if anything happens, I could just throw an axe if needed. So that's always good.
He's on our team. Zombie apocalypse team.
That's right. That's right. Hopefully that never happens. But
right.
I mean, it's 2023 and all the wacky stuff going on right now. I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah. Not gonna even
weather balloons, train derailments, earthquakes, sinkholes. Yeah, let's go.
Aliens.
I can't wait for Arizona Bay.
On that note, I'm gonna drink more tea.
Yeah.
On that note, kids, get your tinfoil out. It's time to put your hats on.
See, I feel like this is how the last interview went, where I didn't talk about anything except just like the stuff we're talking about right now. And then because I think I told you after the interview, it was like, because you guys had you had Cellophane that you guys were working on, you had the music video, and it's like we didn't cover any of that.
Because you know why? At the end of the day, Matt, we just want the people to see us as people.
And in the meantime, go check Cellophane on YouTube and anything else that's going on. Big plug. And
stay tuned for updates, kids, and shenanigans and beard glitter.
Don't you dare put that on me.
It's gonna happen.
It gets everywhere. That gets everywhere.
It's gonna get everywhere.
Kidding me? Have you met her?
I haven't actually.
I wanted to.
Listen, this one in her glitter. My pit bull literally shat one of her face rhinestones after a show. I was out cleaning up the yard, and I'm like, what is glistening in my... I'm like, what is glistening over here? It was a rhinestone in my dog's shat. Okay? So, like, yes. Do I find random glitter around the house? Of course I do.
feel bad when we tour with other, like, male bands because I hug them, and then I get transfer glitter. I'm like, oh, God, they're going to think, like, their boyfriends or husbands are at a strip club, and they were just hugging me. It's just me. I just throw glitter on people. I'm like a little pixie.
Like 5 of the tour before I have to wash my vest, it's like, oh, it glistens in the stage.
You know what? Some people pay for that, and I give it to you for free. Okay, it's called gratitude.
That is one way of looking at it.
I'm trying to be positive here, kids.
Well, if I do ever get a chance to see you guys in person, I assume I'll be covered in glitter by the end of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not out. I can either like give you an awkward hug, like in Step Brothers, like we can just make it awkward and like hug each other awkwardly, so I don't transfer glitter onto you. But I can't promise you won't be glitterified if you hug me. And I like to hug people. This one yells at me for it.
What, you anti-hugs?
Not anti-hugs. Anti keep her immune system up.
It's a good way of looking at it.
And everything. I was always the one to get sick, but luckily now I carry like a pharmacy on tour. So anytime anybody else gets sick in like other bands, I'm like, "What you need, bro? Come to the van." I got cough medicine.
No, that doesn't sound sketchy at all. I got my cough medicine next to a PS5, next to a fur jacket, whatever you need.
Right. I'm just trying to keep
You
balance in
need
the
some
world.
scissor?
No, see, that's where it gets sketchy. Don't do that.
What?
And real quick, Zack Snyder had a great comment. He said, "Glitter is, in all caps, the herpes of the craft and makeup world."
You know, I will allow Zack Snyder to say that because Zack Snyder, I will just like to say he's the only man on the internet that is allowed to hit on me, according to this one. Because him and Zach.
Yeah, but the good thing about glitter, it washes off. We all know what happens with the other side of that.
This is why we can't make friends.
It's like
Our future tour mates are going to watch this and be like, we're not going on tour with them. So serious, in case you haven't picked up on that, Matt.
And Unwritten Spade added to his comment about the Ouija board previously. He said, "Now I'm going to get Berg a Ouija board, beard glitter, and a big hug."
I love that. Everybody bring glitter to the show and throw it on Berg at the end. Yay! Yay! This is going to be a thing now. I love it. It's so good. But I won't do that.
Oh. Well, there's just so much to look forward to at a Rain Aziz show. Between glitter, hugs, and possible possessions.
And axe throwing.
And Zack Snyder also added glitter cannons in all caps.
Zach, bring the glitter cannon if we play Pittsburgh. It's on. This one's getting soaked, bro.
I'm gonna choke
Okay.
Oh man, there's so much to look forward to.
Why we're not selling out shows?
Because we're not having them.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know how you don't sell out a show with glitter cannons. Come on now.
I feel like this is a thing now. This needs to happen.
Rain of Z and glitter cannons causing divorces across the nation.
If you don't glitter, you're not on Twitter. Is that weird?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll let you roll with that
Thank you.
one.
I appreciate it.
Well, I don't know if you guys really use Twitter that often.
Well, if we don't, it's because Grayson hasn't updated it. We all have our own like little individual.
Okay.
And Grayson, like when we're on tour, we do get active on Twitter. It's so hard. You know this. It's hard to post content when you're like, hey, woke up this morning, drank coffee, kill it. Like, you know. I want to post that get people excited.
It's like I went to a job today.
Yeah, I mean,
we're doing great.
Yeah, I feel it like or sometimes I just forget to post. Like I started recording my show for next week, and like once I got it all done, and then like I changed and started eating dinner, I was like, oh, I didn't post anything behind the scenes. I'm like, oh, well, they'll just see the show. It'll be all right.
I love that. Sometimes too, like I scroll through, I'm like, what am I gonna post today? Or sometimes like I just don't want to, and then I'm like, here's a picture of
this is her in the mornings looking for stuff to post. Okay, my flat hand is her phone. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? She's like, I don't know. I'm getting there. Oh, there it is. Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely it's a lot being unimportant.
Well, I mean, you guys said it. I would not agree with that, but you guys said it.
I mean, I'm just a bass player, so it is what it is.
I try to give so much love to bass players because I feel like they're underappreciated. And you're over here just underrating yourself.
That's right. You got to keep your bar low and your expectations so that you're never disappointed.
Oh, okay. Hey,
all
if
right.
you're underrated, you wouldn't have played for like two other bands. Berg pulled double duty on a couple tours that we were on, and that was not an easy job.
Maybe it was. I don't know. That shrug kind of seemed like it.
No, it was stressful to say the least. Learning stuff like 24 hours before you have to go play shows. Yeah,
And you played a sold out show.
yeah. Like the coursing, I
Yep.
filled them, and they're like, "Hey, we're playing a sold out show with Kate and Hill," and I was like, "Oh, cool! First show with you guys. Awesome! I'm gonna nail this shit."
And sweating, let's just be honest. And I've been wanting this man to wear makeup for years. Matt, this is a serious topic, okay? Freaking Dylan Sheets. I hope he watches this, because Dylan, I'm talking to you, bro. Goes up to Berg and he's like, "Hey man, would you put on some makeup?" This one's in makeup. He's in makeup on stage. And I'm like, is that really what it took? It took Dylan mother effing Sheets to get you to wear makeup. So I just want to say Dylan took his makeup virginity. He did. Just
whenever the vampire of North Carolina asks you to do something, you do it.
I can agree with that. I had the opportunity to interview them at Michigan Metal Fest. August? In August. Awesome people. And we actually, I got to talk to Dylan about the face paint for a little bit, so that was cool.
It is cool. We love those. We love those guys. We're playing Virginia Death Fest.
We apologize.
This is our life. We are excited to play with them, and also
Sorry,
Matt. You know,
you weren't talking about anything important.
Ready? This is Lola. She might be starring in a certain video coming up.
All right.
Yeah, we'll just let people think about that, because they're gonna be like, "Huh? What? Yeah, exactly. Keep watching, kids. It's coming."
that is good to know. I'm curious too, and I don't even know.
Matt, we can move into the music stuff now that we've completely, once again, it's not just me, derailed this interview as usual.
Sorry, we pulled an East Palestine on you. Too soon?
That is too soon, yeah.
Thanks, Berg.
I don't know what people are going to think of this. I'm having a great time. I don't know how anyone else is going to.
Basically, that's Matt's nice way of saying he's never going to interview us ever again.
I mean, it's your second time on. I should, if I didn't learn my lesson the first time, I don't think I ever will.
Okay, I love that. I love that for you, and I love that for us. So I think this is a good arrangement.
All right, so as you already mentioned, you got some new music in the works.
Yeah.
Can you kind of give any hints of what people can expect from this? Possible, release dates, musically, lyrically, all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, prior, like March 31st is when we're going to track. We are crossing our fingers that we can get the video out before we head out on the road in April, but we don't obviously want to make any promises. I say this as lighthearted as I can, but like I'm literally wanting this track to be like emotional terrorism. Okay, so what I mean by that, I said to Berg, and I always get the look, I said, I want people to hear the song because it's the saddest song I've ever written. I'm not joking. Like, I can't even get through it. I feel so bad for Justin and Steve, our producers, because I'm like singing into my phone, like, so like, I'm not getting notes out. I'm just getting a lot of huffing and crying. Look at this face, because he knows. And Berg's like, how are you going to perform this live? I'm like, well, I'm hoping eventually it'll just become mechanical, but I don't know. We'll see. But between that and what we're doing for the video, like, I want it to be so painful, like people can't watch it. Like, that's my goal. Like, you know, the famous meme where it's like, I have to listen to the song again because it didn't hurt me enough. That's what I'm going for, kids. That's been my year. So it's been probably the hardest track that I've ever written. And I just hope if it's going the way that I hope and I plan. All joking aside, I really do hope it resonates with people, because it's probably been the most painful thing for me to write to date. So, you know, music is healing, and I hope it just helps people, you know. And this one can't wait till it's over. He's just like so over me being sad bitch season right now. He's just
No, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing, to hearing the music and in the song, and the emotions. Obviously, music, you can cover a wide range of emotions with it, as you guys know, and sometimes you have to have that kind of style of song to express those emotions.
well, and like I said, I think people who follow me, and and obviously Berg too, because he's very much involved, like, know the year I've had, and like if they know that Lola's going to be in it, I think they can kind of put it all together. But basically, when we were texting Tom Flynn, who's going to shoot our music video, I think Tom was like, Jesus Christ. That was his like reaction. I'm like, okay, so this is going to work out well. This is going to work out in my favor, because, trauma.
It's great songwriting material for sure.
It's great songwriting material, and it makes you very mentally unstable. So Godspeed, kids.
And real quick, Unwritten Spade said in the chat, Innocence is his favorite song currently, and is the new single gonna hit harder? Harder to get through compared to Innocence.
Absolutely, 1,000%. Like if we play it out on this tour and I don't break down every show, don't look at me like that. Don't hard eye roll, because you knew this going in. Yeah, I will be shocked if I can get through it without choking up. I always compare it to also like Jonathan Davis's song Daddy. Are you familiar with the backstory on that?
I'm not, no.
Okay, so Jonathan Davis wrote a song about Daddy, and I think it was about his actual biological father or stepfather that molested him, and he can't perform it live because it's so painful. I think he did once or twice. And if anybody's a diehard Korn fan, please feel free to fact check me and correct me, because I don't want to give false information. But I know, but I'm just saying. But it's basically going to be, to me, like painful in that regard, being able to just perform it. But I know that I have to do it because I know it's going to help people, and that's honestly, all joking aside, at the end of the day, that's what I love to do. I love to like help people and take people on a journey. I like to tell stories with our songs. So I hope it does help. Yes, Brandon, it's going to be harder than Innocence. So that'll be like a cakewalk compared to this one.
Wow, that's gonna be. But I definitely look forward to obviously hearing the song, and hopefully hearing obviously the emotion you'll have in your lyrics, and just feeling that, because it's gonna be interesting to actually experience that, like from your lyrics and the music.
Thank you. I mean, like I said, I think this is why on interviews I try to be bubbly and upbeat, because our music is so dark and it is such heavy content that I feel like you need the balance. You know what I mean? I feel like I need to like laugh and be a goofball, because if not, I'll literally just sit in my room and like listen to My Chemical Romance all day and like go back to my emo phase of 2004. You can't do that.
I mean, you could, but
I could, but then I wouldn't be productive.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Even though I heard like the emo stuff was like emo nights and like all that kind of stuff starting to make a comeback. So you never know.
I'm so excited, and like I'm here for it. I'm all ready to bring my emo hair back. I think I'm starting to. Do you think like I'm doing a good job? Even though I look like you call me Rainbow Sherbert.
My nieces think you're a Bratz doll.
I do. I get that a lot. People think I'm like a living Bratz doll. I get little kids that are like, "You look like my doll," and I'm like, "Thanks, kids." Buy my album when you're older. Not right now.
That's a good disclaimer to put.
Right? I'm trying to help the youth. I'm trying. What? Okay. Yeah, I know.
I
But
mean,
yeah, hopefully, like I said, March 9th, I think is the official date. I will give a hint. You did interview the band that we are going on tour with.
all right. Was it this season or was it last season?
This is this season. Ooh,
Okay,
I know. I know.
I think I know who you're talking about.
We'll
Yep,
just keep that between you, me, and your backdrop.
exactly. If anyone figures that out, fantastic.
That's right.
But I'm at least 99% sure. If I'm wrong, I'll be very surprised. But real quick, Zack Snyder, he was said something cool happened at a cold show I was at, Scooter, and said he couldn't sing a certain song without breaking up, and we had to sing all the parts with him. It was amazing.
Zach, I love that, but Scooter definitely is way more famous than I am. So what we're saying is everybody, when the track comes out, everybody listen to it on repeat. Come to our show so you can sing it back to me. So then I can just sit and stare at you while I have an emotional breakdown on stage. Right? Is that?
It sounds about right, yeah.
Okay. I feel like this is good. Okay. So everybody, you know what you got to do now.
Prepare for that.
He's prepared. He's going to prepare for that. But yes, we can leak that this one's going to probably be the star in the music video. Look at her. She's perfect.
She can't breathe.
She can't breathe. She's curvy. She has skin problems. She's slightly overweight. She's perfect for the camera. She's my spirit animal.
Get a bulldog. They can burp and fart at the same time. It's really a miracle.
That's impressive.
It is impressive.
Really is.
It is.
And they're needy. They have to be in your lap at all times. Yeah, it's awesome.
We're doing great.
That's why I have a cat who she only wants attention when she wants attention, and then she leaves me alone.
Yeah, I mean, cats are wonderful. I wish we could have one, but unfortunately, this one's so highly allergic. And it's funny because when we go on tour, we say, "I'm sorry," like talking about cats. Cover your ears. And the cats just like want to love him, and he can't. He's just like, we can't love each other, and it's really sad. It's almost like Romeo and Juliet, where like they can't be together. It's just very sad to watch.
Yeah,
because he just breaks out into hives. It's so sad. Me, I'm like, come here, kitty, and he's like, don't touch me. I'm like, come here, kitty, I want to love you.
You really are the grown-up version of the girl from Despicable Me.
Have you seen that movie?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, he says I'm the girl that's like, it's so fluffy, I'm going to die. He said that's literally me.
Mexico, there's signs that say do not pet the iguanas. I want to touch it. No.
I did want to touch it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, why not? It's not like they could, seriously hurt you or anything.
Yeah, you ever seen, whenever we meet, I'll show you the video of her getting punked out by a crab. It's hilarious.
I'm surprised that didn't go viral because I literally got into a fight with a crab and I screamed through the whole entire restaurant, screaming the crab was trying to kill me. Because it was like this. It was like ready to fight me. It was ready to fight me. And this one's laughing at me. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, well, I'm definitely looking forward to that now too. It's a funny visual in my head, so I want to see like what actually happened. See if I'm right or not.
The bathroom door. It's like, this one's like, and I'm like, oh my god.
He's like, just walk past. I'm like, no, that's when I die. That's when I meet my maker. Is this crab's gonna rise up and kill me? And meanwhile, everybody in the restaurant's laughing at me. The natives are laughing at me.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Oh yeah,
that's fine.
Well,
it's okay.
You're lucky he could have had a friend with him too.
She probably ate his friend.
They could have been in the gang. They could have had like a crab gang, and I played it cool.
Oh, let's not go into some deep sea conspiracies.
No conspiracy. Crabs might have gangs that we don't know about.
He could have been asking for your money, and you would have known.
Exactly, and I would have to go to you anyways.
It's not a beggar crab.
He was a beggar crab. He was trying to shake me down. That's what. Video. You'll appreciate it.
Did he have a little cardboard sign with him too for money?
What I pictured is the crab. Do you ever see the crab with like the knife?
Yep.
Yeah, that's literally how I felt. It's very threatening. I was ready for him to pick up a knife and come for me. So I just wasn't about to risk my life to go to the
He's
bathroom.
Totally come at me, bro, and you.
He was come back broing me. It's fine.
Was it? I've seen other photos like with crabs, like they have like cigarette butts. Was the crab smoking too?
Probably. I mean,
I
wouldn't.
think he had a Cuban cigar and a switchblade.
He was in Scarface.
Yes.
Yeah, do you have a fedora too?
I think it was
He
getting.
was Krabby Montana.
Yes.
Somebody please make a meme of that now. Zack Snyder, go make a meme.
Okay. That was good. I don't know how
But
we could
instead of the white stuff, he sells butter.
Thank you for that. Matt's never going to talk to us again. He's going to delete me from Facebook. Ever.
Well, this is like we were 45 minutes in. This I got like 2 questions in, but
So it's like last time. Business as usual.
Just about, yeah. Okay. I might have got 3 questions in last time.
Yeah. We'll let you keep asking them. We'll try not to derail too much.
Quick fire, Matt. Let's go.
No, I feel like we covered quite a bit and at least shared a bunch of laughs and possibly a new meme. So I feel like we're good. I was just looking through. Okay. So honestly, I'm gonna be wrapping up this interview pretty soon, just because we're getting 45 to 50 minutes in. But I kind of already talked about with the new tour coming up. You got the new music on the way. What is the rest of 2023 looking like for you guys?
Oh, let's put that right. Probably most likely working on more singles and hitting the road. That's what it's looking like for us. Hopefully get a bunch more dates out there.
We want to do at least 2 more tours before the end of 2023. So we are in talks with other bands. It's so hard because I always feel like I'm in like the mob or something. Do you ever feel like that when you interview bands? Because they're like, yeah, man, we got this single and we're going to go into it, but we can't tell you anything. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like this unwritten code. Meanwhile, I want to be like, I'm doing this, but I can't because I'll get yelled at or everything changes. So, I'm bummed because there's bands that we're in talks of going on tour that I'm very excited about. Lola is apparently too. She's very excited.
Sounds like it.
She goes to grandma's and gets all the treats.
Yeah, she gets heavier.
Oh.
She gets heavier. She gets to eat as much as she wants, and we're like tuna for a month.
Isn't that what grandparents are supposed to do, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if she wasn't getting heavier, like we'd have to kind of reevaluate.
I'm gonna have to put her on fat dog food.
Don't fat shame her.
They make the food. It's called fat dog food.
No, don't shame her. She's good.
She can't read the bag.
She's body beautiful. Yeah, probably 2 more tours. We're hoping to get to the West Coast on one of these tours. Because the last time we were on the West Coast, I think was Combi Christ and King, right? And Heartsick.
Hey, the shirt.
I saw. Is that the one with the skull?
Yeah, the skull with the phone. Yeah,
I have that one too.
That's my favorite from theirs.
It's my favorite too. Actually, when we're on this next tour, the Fonz man opened up his home to us. So I'm thinking we're gonna take him up on that and have a Heartsick Rain of Z sleepover. His baby is so cute. Like, listen, you know how people post their kids online and sometimes you're like, and other times his baby's like adorable. I'm just like, oh, look at the little face. It's so cute. And normally I don't get like that. I don't.
I know.
But his baby's just like so cute. So I just had to give him a shout out about that. Good job.
No, they're all. I've had the opportunity to hang out with them twice, interview them twice as well, and they're just a whole band, including Alfonso. Really great people, just great people to be around. super knowledgeable of the music industry as well.
Yeah, that's half the battle, is trying to navigate and know what you're doing, because a lot of times, like for a lot of bands that I talk to, I'm sure you too, you throw things at the wall and you're like, is this going to be the thing that sticks? Maybe, and the industry, like we talked about this last time, just changes so much. You blink and this is actually a fun fact for you. I was watching the Grammys. This is something to put in perspective for musicians and non-musicians. 1 out of 1,000 people make money off their music, like for a living, for perspective purposes. I thought that was so incredibly interesting and like quite a wake-up call for so many people who don't know about the industry, and maybe they do. It's just like, wow, those stats are crazy.
It definitely is. And what I've discovered, especially like the last year and into this year, is just there's so many like very talented bands. It boggles my mind sometimes, like how are some of these people not have, like how are they not well known just based on their talent? It's mind kind of just it's a mind trip for me to actually put all that into perspective.
And I'm sure for somebody like you who's a fan of music and gets to talk to so many different people, it probably blows your mind some days when you turn on like TV or the radio or whatever, and you hear things that are popular and you're like, huh? Why? And I'm not dogging anybody. I'm just saying, anybody who has a specific music taste, that, it kind of baffles their mind a little bit,
No, I definitely agree with you on that. I won't go too many. I'm not looking down on anyone, but it is like the people who have like a bigger, like if the radio player have a bigger following. It's kind of it's just interesting. It's like they're maybe not my personal taste, but if other people like it, that's fine. But it's just interesting who gets like the airplay and the radio time, and who's being promoted and who's not.
I think it would be cool, like, and I think behind the scenes, like when I was talking to Fonzie too, like just to talk to people, like how much money goes into like breaking a band, just people that I've talked to, independent and major. And I think it's kind of like something that people don't really talk about, that I think people should talk about, just to give, non people in the music industry perspective, and also maybe people who are coming up in the music industry perspective, because every time we hear stuff, they're like, oh yeah, to break into radio you need like 100K. I'm like, time to get an OnlyFans, Lola. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's just so wild to me, like how much money is out there. But it seems also like when you're the band that's on the receiving end of that, then the money is just kind of there and steady and flow. And it's really just wild when you start to talk to bigger bands and smaller bands, just how much money they've invested to just try to, like I said, throw something at the wall and see if it sticks.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that, it's a lot of money and a lot of risk. Like, if it doesn't work out, then like you're out a bunch of money. But like to just figure out, just try something, even just to try something, if that makes any sense. It's so much money involved.
It is. And like, it's so funny because like I've had people say to me, like, why are you always broke? I'm like, for real? Like, all my money goes into my art. Like I always joke and tell people it's like almost like having a really bad drug habit, because it's just so much money that like you keep dumping into this thing, hoping that people are just gonna become passionate about it or like it. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. I mean, even for like the stuff that I do, like I try to keep my expenses low as possible, but to still operate. And like, again, that's why I do all the editing, I do all the everything, because obviously it's my stuff. But even just do like podcast stuff. Like I know there's like a lot of podcasts, they spend like huge amounts of money on equipment and stuff, and it's like I would love to do that. My bank account says otherwise.
Right, because it's like, and then the my favorite question Berg and I, or not statement, is like, how come we've never heard of you guys? And why aren't you guys bigger? And I'm like, if you can figure that out, let me know. Berg said time to sell his soul and become a lizard person. So if anybody's connected into that under realm, you know where to basically go. Just call Berg.
Well, that's good. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with obviously should be familiar with Super. I would love to. I wouldn't mind selling my soul to become Ghost Rider. I would be okay with that one.
That'd be cool.
I'd be all right with that.
I'd do it for Catwoman. I'd want to be Catwoman. I think that'd be pretty dope. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I think so. We'll see. Hopefully, I don't have to get to that point. Even though it'd be cool to be Ghost Rider, I have to learn how to ride a motorcycle. But I'm Ghost Rider. Even if I fall off, I'd be fine.
I feel like you just become Ghost Rider, and then you just know how to do it.
I think that's a good point. So we'll see. Maybe that will happen at some point. Again, 2023 off to a very odd start. You could become Ghost Rider by December. We'll find out.
Well, stay tuned, kids.
Right. I got one more question, but Zack Snyder said, wait, I thought Z was selling her underwear to make money for the band.
Oh, you thought that was me? That was actually Lola. Actually, that's Berg. Berg sells his underwear to make money for the band. Can we just start that online rumor? Come on, it'll be fun. The kids will love it. Your parents will be really proud.
Oh, yeah.
Another Unwritten Spin had a great comment as well. He said, at least Catwoman doesn't have to fight any crabs.
I feel like I'm never going to live this down ever. People are going to start bringing crabs and like freaking glitter to our shows. And like, I apologize to anybody who goes on tour with us. And if you don't want to,
like Red Lobster gone wild.
Hey, that might be
Red Lobster gone wild. Actually, slice it. We're calling the band we're going on tour with. That's the name of the tour.
Crabs and glitter sounds like a bad weekend in Vegas.
Hey, I'm going to Vegas next week. Don't say
that. Well,
that just got awkward, kids.
Yeah.
It did. But you know, hey, that's our. I mean, we've been doing it throughout the whole interview. So I mean, what's new at this point?
We're here committed to be awkward and glittery and fight crabs.
All right. I mean, we're almost at the hour mark, so I will be wrapping up this interview. But obviously, you got some great stuff in the works with the new music and the new tour and all that stuff. So, real quick, if anyone's interested, I know you asked you guys last time, but where are the best places to find Rain to Z online?
Back it up.
I want everybody to admire your beard.
Okay, rainofz.com. You can find all of our links there. Obviously, you know, Twitter, Instagram, at Rain to Z, official Facebook / Rain to Z. And yeah, there's merch and stuff that we sell. So yeah, you can go check that out.
He's doing great.
So, hey, that was all very good. All right, well, Z and Berg and Lola, thank you so much for stopping by Super Cool Radio for a great live interview on this Friday night. I hope everyone watching enjoyed. We got some really great comments as well. A lot of fun comments in there. So I appreciate everyone watching and engaging with the interview. Make sure to check out Stream Sport, give a like to Rain of Z, see them live when you can, and all that great stuff as well.
Thanks, Matt.
Matt, thank you.
Of course. For Z and Berg of Rain of Z, I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this live interview from Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.